Let's talk today a little bit about insurance and why most specialty practices around the country are dropping insurance plans. Almost all the clients that I have around the country have reached out to me to say they are dropping insurance and they need my help to create a different mindset with their staff so they don't lose patients. The truth is, you may lose some patients. Actually, you are going to lose some patients. But the most important thing for you to understand is, for one, it's not going to be that much. And if you educate them on why you're dropping the insurance, they will fully understand. And I think that's where we have gone wrong. We're so afraid of the patients getting upset. We're so afraid of the confrontation. We're so afraid of losing the patient that we just decide to stick with this fee schedule that is not fair and options that are not good for the patient, that we just keep going forward. And a lot of the specialists are just getting exhausted, and some of them are downright getting to where they're in bankrupt because they can't afford this fee schedule. It's not worth it. I can tell you from a practice that's never been on insurance, and also someone that has been around the country, to all offices that have dropped it, it's not going to hurt you. It's actually going to help you, and it's going to help your patient. So it all goes down to education. We have to explain to them why you're dropping the insurance companies, that they used to be something that would help the patient. It started out as a program to help patients afford dental treatment, and now it's come down to the insurance companies getting rich off of this. So what it does is it doesn't pay good providers for the services, so it makes it to where they're no longer getting paid for the services, and it also decreases the options the patient has, the good options the patients have for dental care. So most offices stay in network due to fear. They're afraid of losing patients, and they're afraid of those difficult conversations, that confrontation. But you have to understand that you might lose some patients because of this, but you're not going to lose much. I promise you, you're not going to lose that many patients. And we're going to go through different transitions and different verbiages to use with patients to avoid that. We are going to replace that fear with education. We're going to spend some time to educate the front desk, the people who answer the phone, the assistants, the treatment coordinators, and the doctors. Yes, doctors too need to know about this, and you need to, in confidence, explain to the patient why you're deciding to get out of insurance, because it's not so that you can make more money. It's so that you can provide better care to them, and they need to understand that. So dropping out of insurance is not about having the perfect script or policy for your staff to read off to the patient. It's all about the mindset. If the staff and the doctors can have that mindset, it will work. And that's what we're going to discuss to get that mindset. So you are going to have to talk about this in staff meetings, talk about this in huddles. It's going to have to replace the fear, replace the insurance mindset. No more of finding out, verifications, how much benefits they have left, or even a pre-D. I mean, we submit as a courtesy. I don't use that word pre-D because I don't want to give a false sense to the patients that we're going to get coverage for them, or we're going to wait for the insurance to get back to us. They came to you for help. We're going to provide them more help. We're going to find them that help. That's what we're doing. That over anything is what we're doing. They called you, they need you, they want something. That's what we're going to focus on here. So you're not taking anything away from your patients by dropping these insurance plans. You're actually giving to them, and you're also giving to yourself, more time, more personalized care, and more options that are not dictated by the insurance company. You're giving them these good options that are the best options for them. So it doesn't matter where they go, if they go to you or if they go to a dental office that takes their insurance. If those options are not covered by the insurance, they're not going to be able to get it covered by an office that is in network either. So it's very important for them to understand that when you're talking about these tissue grafts and these implants, these bone grafts and these crown lifting things that you want to do, and explain why they're needed, if the insurance company is not going to cover that, then it doesn't matter where they go. We have a perioscope in our office. I do strongly believe that it's the best way to treat periodontal disease. We can go down to the depth of the pocket with the camera. We can see what's in there. We can see the calculus. We can see when it's removed. We can see everything. Insurance company doesn't cover that. But the other option is to cut the gums, to go in there and to take it out. And that is covered by the insurance company. which one do you want to do? You know, the periscope we've had for over 25 years in our practice. We've seen the success. We've seen the success stick by patients that are still coming to us 25 years later. I know it works. So you can either pay out of pocket for something like that, or we can cut the gums and we can do the traditional perio surgery. Patients don't understand that. You explain that to the patient. So patient care must come before the insurance restrictions, and we make sure that's clear. But doctors, you know, you do have to have the confidence to tell them, to sit down with them and say that. You know, you say, John, listen, I appreciate that you've been a patient of the practice for so long. I hope that you have been able to see how much we care about our patients. The level of care that we believe in is no longer possible under the restrictions of certain insurance plans. So staying in network for us would mean that we would need to cut corners or cram more patients into our schedule to make up for the difference. That is just something that we're not willing to do. And I think when you say that to your patient, in all honesty, in all caring, they do understand that. Now, you know, we do submit as a courtesy for all of our patients. We submit as a courtesy, we do all the legwork for them, and we tell them that, you know, when they call, do you take insurance? We work with all insurance companies. It's the truth. We do work with all insurance companies, but it does work different at our office. When you are answering the phone on those questions, you don't have to explain the whole thing on the phone. And as a matter of fact, I'm begging you, don't explain the whole thing to them over the phone. There is a such thing as too much information, but you just answer the question and you always transition to what's important, and that is, what do you have going on? They called you because something is going on. And our jobs is to help them dentally with that, to get them over that, past that, through that, with the best options possible, and take care of our patients. So when they call and say, do you take my insurance? We work with all insurance companies. What do you have going on? Yes, you can use your insurance here. What do you have going on? I do take the time to say we are not in network with any insurance companies. We actually are proud to say we're not in network with any insurance companies. That allows us to give you all the options available to you, the best options possible for you, for your dental health, by not being a network. But we do work with all the insurance companies. So we will submit it to your insurance companies as a courtesy. We know how the insurance companies work. So we submit to them all the x-rays, photos, dictations, everything. And as they deny, which is common, they deny, we resubmit, and we try to maximize your reimbursements. And they will send that reimbursement to your home. It doesn't go through us at all. We just do the legwork for you. We do all the paperwork for you. What do you have going on? So you have the information, you know how it works, and give them a little bit in tidbits, because the truth is we do work with all insurance companies. We file for all insurance companies. If they have a PPO, they can go anywhere they want. So yes, you can file it for them. You don't have to go over what services do and don't get covered because you don't know what your patient needs yet. Even though they tell you on the phone, you don't know what they need yet. So just give them the peace of mind that you will work with their insurance company. Once they come in and they meet you and they meet your team and they see your technology and your expertise and your knowledge and your caring, that you are that specialty, high standard practice, I guarantee they will no longer be as concerned about what their insurance is going to cover. They won't. I have patients in the consultation room when I'm presenting that no longer care anymore. We're still going to submit, but what they want is a high standard of care. They want dentistry that's going to work. They want to be out of pain. They want to not have the periodontal disease. They want to have a nice smile again. They want to be able to eat. But until they know you, they don't really trust you. So once they come in, and our job is to get them into the door, get them to come in for the examination, which is why I'm a firm believer of a new patient special, as we have said before. That gets them into the office at a low cost. Then once they know you and love you, then they invest in you. You're not ever going to make money off of new patient examinations. It's the treatment plans, and that's where you want to get them into. So when you explain to them about how the insurance company works, and you explain to them that you are going to work with their insurance companies, and you tell them that we decided to get out of the insurance because we want to We want to do better for our patients. We don't want insurance companies dictating the options. We want to give you the true options, and we want to take care of you. That's what we do here. So your front desk is going to submit as a courtesy. Your front desk is going to do everything possible that they can do in order to get the maximum reimbursement. I have a paper, a script that I would love to share with you and your team. And it's a script that you can use when you're answering the phone, when the assistants are in the room, or your treatment coordinator is with them. And it goes over how to answer, do you take my insurance? Are you in network with my insurance company? I would like to go somewhere that's in network. How does this work? It goes over all those barriers. If you would like to see this paper, please email me at danielle@directorofdentistry.com. I'll go over that. I can send that to you. And if you want some more help, I'm more than happy to jump on the phone with you. I'm more than happy to schedule a virtual training with your team to go over these barriers, to make it more natural, to flow better. I can do that with you. Any questions, email me at Danielle, Daniel, @directorofdentistry.com, and I will help you with those insurance barriers so you can break the chains of the insurance companies, go fee for service, and finally make the money that you deserve, providing that high level of patient care to your patients. Have a great day.